Good morning to all of you. Today we continue with the switch statement. Now, in class 8, we have gone through switch statements, the programs in which break was used, 7 days of the week, months. These questions which we people have solved in class 8, those questions you have to solve it again. Alright, I will be writing to one of that question from class 8, that 7 days of the week, and then we will go for creating a simple calculator, and then from the next video we will go with the menu driven programs. Alright, we are going to construct some menu driven programs, and that will be used, that things we will be using for the menu drivens, and I will teach you the menu driven program how to write. It's a simple one, so we will learn that, and then after this switch case we will move on with the for loops. I will start with the for loops, is it? So 2 more videos I think so, and then third video sure we will be in a for loop, and then in the for loop we will move on with the series, patterns, questions, normal programming with the for loops, and this thing we have to do with the for loops. So but today we start with the switch case. Now what is a switch case? And again, it is a part of a selection statement, but it is a part of a selection statement which helps in the multiple branching of the code. But so if for is if is used for multiple branching, as well as switch is used for multiple branching, then when the things can be done with the if, what is the requirement of a switch? Now remember one thing: in switch, cases cannot be duplicate, whereas in if you can have a duplicates. Now if is a cumbersome, when a large number of if then else statements are there, then the program becomes a bit difficult to trace it out. But with the switch it becomes easy to use. This is one thing. That's why we need to move on with the switches. There is no controversy. There is, every switch has its block. So, and if you are having a nested switch there, then the nested switch will have its block. So there is no controversy there. Each of the blocks and scopes are defined, so there is never a contradiction there with the scope of a switch. And one more thing, the most important, everything is unique there. The cases are unique. You cannot duplicate the cases, so there is no chance of confusion then. So it's better to use a switch. But remember one thing: maximum questions cannot be. Only the menu driven types you can solve it out with the switch. Some sort of small if else programs, if else letters program you can do. But whereas the calculation, just like billing or finding out the rate and discounts, that cannot be. Slab questions cannot be done with that. Remember it: slab questions you cannot handle it out with the switch case. So let's continue with the switch case. As gradually we will move on, you will be keep on learning it, and we can know what is going on and what is not, is it? So let's move on with the switch cases. Now switch. It is a multi-way branch statement. It provides an easy way for execution to different parts of our code based on the value of an expression. In my opinion, it provides a better alternative to the large series of fields. It is an better alternative for a large series of if else if ladder. Now, what is the syntax of it? Switch s should be small, then expression, then case value. You can have a value 1 or a, b, c, whatever. Then the statement is there. It contains a break, then the case value 2 statement, and you have a break, dot dot dot. You can have a case value n statement and break. Then you have a default. Now default is similar to the else clause in if else if. It's an optional one. Alright, so default is written with a small n and default does not contain any break statement. Switch closes. This is about the switch syntax. This is how the programs you have to you are going to write those, what's going on, what's not, what has to be written, what not has to be written. So now if you suppose this is a switch, this is case constant 1, then if it is true, then statement 1 gets executed. If it is false, then switch case constant 2 gets executed, and the statement 2 gets executed. This is how it's continuing. If all the conditions are false, then it comes to the default. Is it? Then it comes to default and then it comes out of the. This is how the in flowchart it works. Alright. This is how it works. So remember what you should remember. The expression must be of type byte, short, int or char. Byte, short, int and char, the double types are not allowed. Double or float values are not allowed here. Now next one, you should remember duplicate case constants are not allowed. You are not allowed to have a duplicate case constants with it. Now, what it means then? This, if you can say this, constant 1, then statement 1. That means compiler is confirm if the constant 1, then what it has to do. If constant 2 is true, then what it has to do. So it knows which one has to be dealt. Okay, now third thing, the break statement is used to come out of switch. Break statement is used to come out of the switch, or come out, or you can call it as terminate out of the switch whenever the break is encounter. All right, and the default is an optional clause. Optional clause means just like if else, else was an optional clause in if else if. It means you can write it if you want to write it. If you don't want, you can leave it. Now the value, what the working says, the value of the expression is compared with the case constant. Is it? They are compared with the case constant. Okay? If it matches, then the code following the constant, case constant, gets executed. ठीक है, यही जानकारी चाहिए थी आप लोगों को. और एक चीज और, it does not contains break statement. डिफॉल्ट में break statement नहीं आता. So let's move on. Web to input a number and display the 7 days of the week. Now we begin with Monday, Tuesday, है ना? So import java.util.string class abc void main. So you require int n suplen, enter system.out.println, है ना? Enter a number n equals to sc dot next int method switch में पास कर दो, switch small and case 1 Monday, break case 2. Case should be small and there should be a gap. Tuesday, I think so you can remember it in class 8. This was the easier one which you people followed in Wednesday. Maximum number of students do followed this. Break case 4 Thursday, break case 5 Friday, break case 6 Saturday, break case 7 Sunday break default system.out.println wrong choice, then switch close, main close, class close. Now we are going to create a simple calculator, which has 4 functions: addition, subtraction and division. Web to input 2 different values and character for the option, to construct a simple calculator which can perform addition, subtraction, division and multiplication on the user's demand. Alright, so we move on. Import java.util.string class abc void main. So you need a variable double a, b, you need a result r equals to 0.0 and a char option, so char opt, so plan, enter first character a equals to sc dot next double method, so plan, enter second character, second value b equals to sc dot next double, so plan, enter the operator, you enter the operator opt equals to sc dot next method dot char at 0. Is it? Now switch में कौन जाएगा? opt जाएगा, ऑप्शन केस प्लस ये कैरेक्टर सिंगल कोट्स में रहता है, तो r इक्वल्स टू a प्लस b, सो प्लस r break, then case minus r equals to a minus b, so plan r break, then case asterisk r equals to a into b, so plan r break, case slash r equals to a slash b, so plan r break, default. Apart from this, if anybody enters, out of scope. Is it? Close the switch, close the main, close the class. This is how a simple calculator has to be constructed. Is it? In the next video we move on with the next things. Thank you.